Teachers, you guys shape our future one student at a time. If you're in teaching or education and living in here in Roseville or nearby, or even thinking about it, this is just for you. I'm about to cover why Roseville is one of the best places where you can live, teach, and raise a family. Everything from nationally recognized schools to safe and commute-friendly neighborhoods to an unmatched lifestyle outside the classroom. And lastly, an exclusive special program just for you. You often work long hours to invest in the students, often putting in your own money, all just to make an impact on our children. And I'm sure that sometimes it seems to go unrecognized, but I see. So I created this exclusive, special teachers-only program that will literally put thousands of dollars back in your pocket whenever you buy or sell a home here in Roseville or the surrounding areas. So make sure you stick around because I'm going to give you more details about that as we go. I'm Reese, your Roseville real estate expert. My team and I love helping people make their move here to Roseville and the surrounding areas. Whether buying or selling, moving up or down, or just relocating from out of the area, 9 days or 9 months, it's never too soon to reach out. All my contact information is in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get all the important details about what life is like here in Roseville and surrounding areas, and of course the market. Now let's dive in. Now let's start with the big one, education, because well, you guys are in education. And you want to know that you're living in a community that values it. And in Roseville, education is at the center of everything. According to niche.com and greatschools.org, Roseville has multiple top-tier school districts, each with their own strengths. In fact, a lot of my clients come here specifically for the Roseville school districts. First, let's talk about Roseville City Elementary School District. They have really leaned in to innovation. I mean, we're talking STEM academics and music and language immersion programs and, year-over-year growth in test scores. And the parents, they just rave about the supportive environment. It's a district that says, we're not just preparing kids for high school, but for life. Now let's move on to Dry Creek Joint Elementary School District. Now Dry Creek is home to Creekview Ranch, and it's one of the top-rated schools according to greatschools.org. They're especially strong in STEM and robotics competitions. They've built an entire culture around future learning, which makes this school district especially appealing to both teachers and parents alike. Let's move on to Roseville Joint Union High School District. This is a big one for high schools. Wood Creek High has an award-winning performing arts program. Oakmont High, it offers the International Baccalaureate program, if I said that correctly, giving students access to a globally recognized diploma track. And as a teacher, this means you'd be in districts that actually invest in innovation and innovative programs, not just the basics. And last but not least, we have Eureka Union School District, which feeds directly into Granite Bay High, which consistently ranks among the top in California and is really known for its parent involvement. Seriously, you'll see parents at school activities and coaching sports and running fundraisers. That level of buy-in just really creates a strong, supportive environment for students, teachers, and parents alike. So quick side note, I had a teacher teaching elementary. She bought a home in West Roseville because she wanted to be in a district that her children could attend the same schools. She told me that, it's a win-win every morning at drop-off, because, she drops her kid off and goes right to work. So kind of a neat little story. Another valuable thing for teachers in Roseville is that Roseville families consistently support school bond measures, which really means stable fundraising and funding for classrooms and programs. That is kind of rare and really telling of how the city prioritizes education. Now, another huge factor for teachers and school staff alike is commute. Because let's be real, teaching can already be a long day, and the last thing you need is an hour and a half commute before and after school every single day. And in Roseville, the longest commute that you're going to see from one extreme end of Roseville to the other, even during traffic, is about 25 minutes. Now compare that to big cities like the Bay Area or Los Angeles, 60 to 90 minutes per trip, and that's really a night and day comparison. Plus, the Placer Parkway is being built in West Roseville, which will substantially cut down on commute times. If you want to see more details about that Placer Parkway project, check out my video on why I'm bullish in West Roseville. But the best part about the commute in Roseville, that 25 minutes, that was one extreme to the other, from one edge of town to the other in Roseville. Most of my clients, they live within 10 minutes of where they work, and that's almost unheard of in California. I mean, let's compare that, 10 minutes to the typical commute of, like, say, even SAC, which is like 45 minutes each way. Can you imagine the impact that has on your day-to-day and all the time you would save? You're going to have less time in traffic and, more time with your students, more time with your family, or just time to recharge. All right, now let's talk housing. Because as teachers, educators, school staff, you want to stretch your salary as far as possible without really sacrificing quality of life. Now, the median home price in Roseville is around $650 or so. Now, compare that to the Bay Area, where the median price is closer to like $1.4 million. So here in Roseville, $650, $1.4 million in the Bay Area. And it's more than just the cost. Here in Roseville, you're going to get, double the house for a third of the price. And the best part, you're still going to get access to those top-rated schools in safe neighborhoods with all the amenities. You're not going to sacrifice anything. Let's talk about some housing options. In Roseville, you can find entry level condos in the low 400s. We can find you starter homes in West Park and Fitiment Farms in the low to mid 500s. And then there's larger family homes in neighborhoods like Stone Ridge and Johnson Ranch that start around 750s, high 700s. And traditionally, values hold really strong here in Roseville. And with so much future development going on in Roseville, particularly West Roseville, you really can't go wrong to get into a home, now or in the very near future and just kind of watch your appreciation grow. You could literally buy low and sell high. Not that you'd ever want to leave here once you moved, but it's nice to know that you made a sound financial decision. And remember, I'm going to share some details with you about my exclusive Teachers Only program that can help stretch your buying power even further, so make sure you stick around. Now, one common thing I hear from a lot of my teacher clients is just how supported they feel here in this community. PTAs in Roseville here, they're extremely active. We're talking, classroom grants and field trip funding and even new playground equipment. And there's also recognition programs like the Placer County Teachers of the Year, which highlights educators that really kind of go above and beyond. The community pride really shows here. Now, if you've got kids of your own, this part is really big, and that's that Roseville schools often pull in rankings of 8 or 9 or even 10 out of 10 on gradeschools.org. As I mentioned, many of my clients that buy here in Roseville come here just for the schools. There's also strong charter and private school options here in Roseville too. John Adams Academy has a classical curriculum. There's also Valley Christian Academy and St. Rose School, just to name a few. Plus, after school enrichment here is huge. There's robotics and theater and youth and travel sports for the kids. So your kids really get a lot of opportunities to thrive both in and outside of the classroom. Living here as a teacher is not just about your students. It's about you and your family benefiting from that same high quality education. Now, of course, teachers need time off to recharge too. And Roseville gives you a ton of options to do that. You've got the Westfield Galleria Mall, which has an arcade, a movie theater, a bowling alley. You got the fountains for additional shopping and dining. There's also more than 80 parks with 30 miles of walking trails for jogging or biking or maybe even just decompressing at lunchtime or after school. You want to just relax for like a great cup of coffee? Well, we have coffee shops that I think everybody loves. Mojo's on the west side and Bloom Coffee on the east side, both kind of boutique special coffee places that they're really my go-tos and my personal favorites. Plus, if you need a quick coffee in a pinch, there's a Starbucks and a Dutch Bros practically on every corner. And what about weekends? Well, you're like 2 hours or less from Tahoe skiing or Napa wine tasting or San Francisco museums. Living in Roseville, you get suburban comfort with access to world-class weekend escapes. And let's not forget, your dollar stretches much further here in Roseville than it does in, say, the Bay Area or Southern California. Now, a little bit more about community support and engagement. Roseville is a place where, teachers and, they're not just educators, but they're also community leaders. teachers. Events like National Night Out, the Santa Hustle, Tuesday night downtown markets, which is kind of a street fair with live music and food trucks. And we also have the Roseville Theater Arts Program and other arts programs as well that really thrive because of teacher involvement. And a lot of teachers step into voluntary roles, doing stuff like running STEM nights and literacy programs and coaching. Teaching is much more than a job. You're woven into the fabric of the city. So if Roseville sounded pretty good to you and you want to learn more about which communities, which areas you might want to live in, all my contact information in the description. Just reach out. Would love to have a conversation with you. But now let's talk about my exclusive teachers only program. I created this program as a way to give back to you, those of you that do so much for us and for our children. So whether you buy or sell or both with us, a home that is, in Roseville or the surrounding areas, we give you a really nice gift or benefit at closing. The average client will receive somewhere around $1,500 to $3,000 right off of their closing costs. And that's money that you get to hold on to for the future, for whatever you need to use it for. Window coverings, appliances, or maybe just to go towards a fun little vacation. It's my way of saying thank you. I've seen the impact that teachers have made on my own son. It's just how I can give back a little bit to you. Now, if you'd like to see how you can take advantage of that benefit and what the details of that program are and how they affect you, just book some time on my calendar. The information is in the description. Let's recap. Roseville is a community where education really is at the center. Commute times are very short and housing is much more affordable than in the Bay Area. The community support here, it's really strong. And the lifestyle here is it's incredible. With all the parks and the trails and the shopping and the weekend getaways, it's just an incredible place to live. Probably the biggest benefit, the most important, is that teachers here are valued. Now, if you're ready to stop scrolling and start dreaming, let's make it happen. Reach out to me today. My link's in the description, or you can just pick up the phone and call. Be happy to help you make a smooth move here. And if you know a teacher or a school employee that might benefit from this video, share it with them. And don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons. We'll see you on the next one. That's a wrap.